Good morning, ladies and gents. Okay, we had data today. That already came out. It looked pretty bullish, but right off the bat, we're just gonna look at ES and NQ, do some top-down analysis, and get a bias for today's session. All right, so I'm gonna start on a weekly time frame just because I want to see what's going on the weekly. We're gonna start with NQ. So NQ on a weekly, previous week clearly made a sweep. Current weekly candles is a consolidation candle, so one candle. So there's no weekly direction with our current weekly candle, right? So it's nothing too important going on here on a weekly time frame as far as the candlestick price action goes. Now with the stochastic RSI, what I do see here, I see a I'm not going to be so soon to call it, but it could be a bullish setup. This could be a double bottom here on the stochastic RSI, which in my case can anticipate buyers stepping into the markets. As crazy as that sounds, you know, this does look like it wants to sell off, but I tell people this all the time. When you're doing top-down analysis and you just look for patterns, if we look here, anytime the weekly stochastic RSI has gotten into this zone down here, and I look at what's going on with price action, things do look scary leading into it. But then when it bounces and you just look up at price action, it's like, oh, wow, you didn't expect them to bounce it, but they did, right? Same thing here, right? So I would assume the same thing would be here. Like you can see here is the same thing. Like this was clearly 3 weeks of selling, and then they just caught it, right? Even though it was sideways, they eventually caught it to try and start this bounce here. So this could be important. If you look here, same thing. Daily time frame. Last night was interesting. We had a daily 2-down trigger last night. So with the daily 2-down trigger in play, I was thinking, okay, they'll probably sell this market off. But we had data, so anything could have gone because it was a red folder. Red folder data came out. Now we are in a 3-bar. All right, so what I'm looking at on NQ at least is I'm watching this 447 trigger. If we can break above it, again, retest it and hold it, we could play an upside push only because this daily 3-bar, again, if it holds, that's a 3 up, and we could at least target up here at this 516 area before, you know, looking at this value area high up here at 616, which it could have some slippage into. Same thing can be seen on ES here, ES daily time frame. It's a 2 up, or actually it's still a 2 down, so it hasn't even gotten into its 3-bar just yet on a daily. So that is something I'm watching. I feel like NQ has better potential, so NQ will be something that I will be watching. So going back to NQ, as we scale down to the 4-hour time frame, I like how the 4-hour is setting up, but again, I feel like that daily level is going to be very crucial as far as our pivot for continuation of this upside move based on news. So that's what I'm really watching. I won't be so quick to rush it. I'll just keep an eye out on that level, wait for a retest if we get it. The hourly does look amazing. This is where I start to get my midnight opens. Again, if we can hold above that 47, that's perfect. We're holding above a midnight open. If we can hold above this 432 here, or just call it 430, we should pull back down into this 346 area. Now, the only thing that I will tell you all today may be a little bit tricky here, especially trading NQ. I may get stopped out a couple of times, but as long as we can break above that 47, that's the longs I'm essentially going to be playing. Or if we can pull back down into this 344 area. The fact that we had data, this tells me that we may not have price action respect the setups to a T. Okay, so this could be, since the data was technically bullish to an extent, this could just consolidate here. I may not get a full setup as far as the stochastic RSI into my buyer zone, things of that nature, and it can just go, right? So if we get the break above 47, I will be watching that. I will have what may seem like weird stops, but the stops will be all based off of structure. So I just need to see a 2-up trigger on that. Markets are going to open in about 40 seconds. So it's just something to note. Whenever there's data, especially red folder data like that, price action tends to do its own thing. There's other things to note too. 30-minute time frame, we do have the stochastic RSI in that seller zone. So I will be playing light if I do take longs, if we get the break above. But apart from that, I would love a pullback, you know, so something I am going to be watching. Okay. You see that? It's a 3 bar. That's gonna be a little bit tricky here. A little bit tricky. I'll wait for the new candle to open. So we got the break. We got 3 minutes. This is where things get a little bit tricky. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I could take a rush position right now. And again, this is based off of we have news, things of that nature. We got the break, and this is a daily break. So we could really go because this is a pivot, as you can see, the daily stochastic RSI. Like, this is all perfect for an A+ setup to get up here to at least 626. So let's be a little bit patient. Let's take a look at gold. What is gold doing? Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little bit patient with the market today. Just let it digest the news just a bit. But I am watching that daily break, so we keep testing it. We just tested it with a 3 bar. We have 3 minutes left. So this can be tricky. I don't want an entry on the 1 minute only because I fear like I could get swept. Like, I would like a 5-minute trigger. But I mean, if I went off a 1 minute trigger, if this candle can do the 2 up, that would be my go. And my stop loss, I would put it just what? I put my stop loss at the low of this 3 candle. That's if I were to take it off of this, but I'm not gonna do that. I would like a 5-minute trigger. 5-minute trigger, in my opinion, is better. See that? This is why I waited for the. This is why I want to wait for the 5 minute candle, and I'm actually liking that they're doing this pullback here. This is perfect to see because now we're breathing on the stochastic RSI for the 5 minute here. 30 minutes should it's not breathing yet, but that is a 3 down. It's clear as day. It's a 3 down, so there's no reason for me to rush buys as of now. Again, just letting the market digest everything. We have a hot mic. Ozzy, you have a hot mic. All right, new 5 minute candles open. Now this one's interesting. This one's kind of interesting, ladies and gents, because I may take it off a 1 minute here, and this may stop me out. But the only reason why I may take it off a 1 minute here is because this kind of happened to me last session or 2 sessions ago. But I'm watching this midnight open down here. If it can pull back down to this 343, that'd be perfect. There is no 5 minute 2 up yet, but we are breathing. We have 3 minutes left, but if I want a sniper entry and I don't want to take the breakout and I want to catch the breakout, around here would be my ideal entry around this 340. So what I really want price action to do is pull back into the 340s and hold to breathe, to let the 5 minute stochastic RSI breathe, because I don't know if they're gonna let the 30 minute breathe. I'm not too sure. The 1 hour still has some room to pull to the upside. Now with this candle pulling down, it should cool the 1 hour a little bit, but I don't know if they're gonna let the 30 minute breathe so well. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do. But as you can see, now we're pulling down to this midnight open here at 343. So if we don't hold 343, we're gonna go down here to 303. If that doesn't hold, big flush down here to 189. So the fact that we bounced off that 343, let me go on a 1 minute. We have a new candle that's gonna open. Again, this one's going to be a little bit tricky, but this is just me doing what I do. So I'm marking it there so I can visualize it on the 1 minute. I'm playing light with this move as well. I'm not playing heavy, only because I'm trying to catch the move that I'm essentially looking for. I'm not in anything right now, but the move that I'm essentially looking for would be like a 300-point move if NQ gives it. So we're approaching this midnight open. I still have no clear setup to go in yet. Like it would have been off a 1 minute 2 up trigger, but as you can see, the 1 minute is still sloppy. We have about 1 minute left on his 5 minute candle, so I can wait it out a bit. they're trying to hold this midnight open. All right, y'all. It's gonna be kind of risky, but I'm gonna wait. This one's kind of risky. It's kind of risky. I'm looking to see if we can hold this midnight open so I can go long. Just give me a sec. I need to get everything ready. All right, I'm long. One MNQ here. Playing very light. I'm gonna keep stops at kind of need a wide stop on this one. And 287 is gonna be my stop. 287.50. So I went long at what, 25,368.75. Uh, 25,287 is my stop. And the target that I'm going for is going to be kind of crazy. You guys can call me crazy, but I will dead ass hold for this target. I mean, we could take 514. Yeah, we'll take 514 as a target one, but I really want like 622 if we can get it and not get stopped out. So it's going to be interesting. But I'll settle for 514. And the reason why I'm settling for 514 is because let's just say the daily triggers again. I don't know how much of a move they will give, but the magnitude or the target on that one would be up here at 514. So it's kind of a premature long. I do expect to get stopped out on this one just because this is a data day. So price action is going to be a little bit volatile. But I'm playing light, so as long as I'm sized accordingly, I can let price action do whatever it wants to do. But what I am watching is these midnight opens. If these yellow lines don't hold, we're gonna dip down here to 305. I won't get stopped out yet. Now, when 305 doesn't hold, I'll for sure get stopped out, but we'll probably sell off down here, not only to this value area low at 281, but we could sell off to like 184. Right, so I do have the downside thesis marked out too for whatever levels don't hold. Now, in order to get this pivot to the upside action going, we need to clear above 435 because that is a midnight open. If we can get above 435, we should honestly start pushing to 635, which sounds crazy, but that's kind of what the price action is saying. So yeah, like we'll see what the market has in store. We'll see what the market has in store. It can do anything. But I'm not going to lie, y'all. If we get the break above this yellow line at 433 and we hold, I'm going to update my targets to 630. That's only if we get it. But if we get stopped out, hey, we get stopped out. We'll just see where the market wants to hold. What I do note, again, we are in a 3-bar, so this can get super volatile. Super volatile. And I don't really like playing 3 bars, but I'm just trying to follow the setup that I see here with the midnight opens at least. Because I know if we hold above a yellow line, we should test the next yellow line to the upside. Same thing with the downside. If we hold under a yellow line, we should test the next yellow line to the downside. So I'm just playing that. So again, I did go long at 25,368.75. So if we get the break above this yellow line, I'm updating my targets. But we have to hold above 435 if we break above it. We have to hold above it. Because if not, then I can't update my targets. But yeah, the only reason why I'm trading M and Q versus ES is because the daily time frame just looks like a better return based off of the setup. This looks like at least, you know, before breaking out and making new all-time highs, we could at least start sweeping this area up here. Not saying it could happen today, but I'm just saying like we could start sweeping this area. If we go look at ES on a daily, it's not necessarily the same story. As you can see, ES looks like it wants to make new all-time highs. And this is just something that the risk to reward, it's not something that I'm gonna like. I like NQ better as of now, but normally I would be playing ES. So if we break above, okay, we're testing this yellow line here. Again, like I said, if we break above this yellow line, I'm updating my targets. We just rejected 435 super hard. Super hard. Let's see what they want to do. We're just ranging down between two midnight opens. So like I said, if we hold above a yellow line, we test the next one to the upside. If we hold under a yellow line to the upside, we could go back to the yellow line on the downside. So this is trying to go back down to 430 or 346 and potentially bounce. We do have a point of control on my volume profile here. That is showing at 384. So this is current fair value for this session at least. So we'll see what happens. Either they hold PLC or we break midnight open to the downside and just start selling off. Again, this is a data day, so price action is not going to be all the best. I am not ruling out a sweep with NQ. Just a big, because that thing loves to do sweeps. Just chopping right now. We are now approaching this midnight open at, what is that, 343? There's that sweep. There's the sweep. So we just bounced off of this 307 midnight open. See if it holds. If it doesn't hold, they're gonna sweep me and stop me out. And again, my stop loss is the structure. So this is the current structure that was created based off of that news candle. So if I do get stopped and if it does break, one, I won't be upset. Two, I understand where it could potentially go and it could sell off lower to 187. That's of course if it doesn't bounce back above this midnight open or these yellow lines. They're pushing for it. They're not holding at 307. So this could come lower and stop me out. This current 5-minute candle, if it triggers a 2 down, I'm for sure stopped out. 1, 2, this can sell lower. As long as we are well aware that today is one of those weird days, because with the daily time frame, again, we had a 2 down earlier last night and now it's a 3 bar. So this can go either direction. This can go either direction. They're trying to hold above 307. They're trying, but we'll see if they can achieve it. If we break back above 347, we should be okay. We should be okay, because at that point we'll try and go back for this 434. So I'm watching price action closely. If we break under 307, we're not okay. But really, if this candle is doing this right now, and I don't think it's going to make that move all the way back up in this candle, but if it holds this one candle as of now and can hold above 307, and we get the new 5-minute candle to trigger a 2 up, then we should get the break above this 344 area. But if this puts in a 2 down, or the next candle puts in a 2 down, that'll be a 2-1-2 down reversal on a 5 at least, and this will sell off more. So it's about 2 minutes left to see what exactly is going to happen. Yep, there we go. They literally tapped my stop. Okay, now we see what they want to do. Are they going to bring it down here to 187? It looks like they want to now call off the 30-minute. 1 hour stochastic RSI still has some room to pop, but it looks like they may want to try and call off the 30-minute, but this is where it gets tricky, because we could just easily flush down here to 188 and call off that 30-minute stochastic RSI. But if they bounce it back above 307 and they hold it and then take it back above 343, that 30 minutes not going to cool off. And the only thing that's going to make me not play longs is the retrigger of a daily 2 down or 3 down in this case. So that'll be right here. So if they fail to hold above 198, that's going to retrigger a daily 2 down or 3 down in this case. And at that point, they'll probably continue selling this thing off even lower. Bitcoin's dropping a lot, so that's not helping this market. Big sell off right now. The daily 2 down trigger is right there. If this structure breaks, daily 2 down just triggered. If this structure breaks, or sorry, 3 down triggered. But yeah, if they break this 187, oh boy. Oh boy. We're gonna get like another 100-point drop in the market. If they don't hold this 87, that's it for this uptrend today. As you can see, I don't have any other levels up until down here. So this can get pretty scary. Are they gonna save it now? Are they about to save this? New 15-minute candle's about to open. Let's see what it does. If it triggers a 2 down. They literally opened it right under this midnight open, which is crazy. There's a previous session value area low down here at 174. So if we know anything about the session volume profile, I'm going to identify that as well. It's a val. So that's value area low. Now, this is going to be very interesting because we are in a 3 down. So if this value area low breaks, that's it. I don't want to say that's it, but we are already under a midnight open, and we tried to break back above it and we failed. So this could continue to sell off and target what 25,012. So it's all up at this midnight open here. It's all up to this. I'm not in anything right now. I'm just waiting for a clear setup. I don't have a clear setup at hand. Again, this thing can sell off like really hard if buyers don't step in. Even just looking at the overall setup on a 30 is just, doesn't look nice. It looks ugly now. It was looking good at first as far as a breakout setup, but then just sellers came in and now it looks ugly. The market has not been the best past couple of days. It's just been sluggish. Like we've had some good days, like a good day, I would say, which was what, 2 days ago, but that's about it. It's just been sluggish from there. That 3 down is going to work right now on MNQ. Just waiting to see what they do here. They've already sold it down here this much, so I'm just watching this midnight open, watching the 30-minute stochastic RSI. New 30-minute candle is going to open in about 4 minutes, so I want to see what they do with this stochastic RSI. It's still in a range from 2 sessions ago, holding above this 25K level. All right, new 30-minute candle is opened. Still want to watch this midnight open here at 25,013. So funny. And Q is sloppy, but I do want to long it again. And the only reason is if I'm looking at ES right now, kind of why. ES is holding above this midnight open and just broke above this midnight open with the 2 up. I don't know, it's tricky. It's still tricky. The only reason why it's tricky is because 30 minutes still hasn't fully cooled yet. So I kind of gotta wait for that. I kind of gotta wait for the 30 minutes to fully cool. So I gotta wait for a new 30-minute candle to open. What they can do, what I'm hoping they do, is they don't, if they want to buy it up, they don't buy it up all the way. They just keep it consolidating and then give us a new 30-minute 2 up trigger. That I'll play with. So I'll still wait it out. It's going to be a little bit more patience. If they do break it back above these levels here on NQ, NQ is still good to play, but if they do break it back above the daily PDL, it's going to be rather annoying. It's going to be a little bit annoying because I want the 30 minute to fully cool off, and I don't think they're going to give me that. So that's what. Guess what? Let me go look at ES. I don't know. I might bite just based off of ES setup. I might bite with MNQ. We'll see. We'll see. In fact, I'll wait it. I'll wait it out. I'll wait. Maybe I should have took it. Maybe I should have took it. Maybe I should have took it. We got 18 minutes left. I should have done that. Give me a sec. Give me a second. 60 minutes left. Okay, ladies and gents. I'm gonna start trading SPY more. It's like, let me look at ES. ES setup looks clean. Got a new 30-minute candle that's about to open. This one's going to be a little bit interesting because, again, I expect the 30-minute to cool more, but if we break back above this midnight open with this 2-up trigger, then I believe they're going to push it another like 10 points. So I'll probably try longs. All right. There's going to be short stacked up here, but this is where I want to go long here on ES. All right, I'm in longs. That's a 3 candle. Jeez, what is up with this market right now? All right, I'm going to exit the longs right there. I don't like this market right now. I need to see this trigger above 65 or else I can't. Let me cut this position here. Market's being a little bit weird. The 30-minute still wants to pull back. We're breaking back under the midnight open on ES, so it's kind of good I cut that position. Okay, guys, this looks interesting again. This looks interesting again. I'm gonna bite long, light size. I'm gonna put stops at 53. No, put stops at 54. 54.75. I'm gonna try this. It's still looking like shit. I'm gonna exit that. Jeez, this market is looking like shit. This market is looking like complete shit. What I see is I see it trying to consolidate and hold yesterday overnight lows. But this thing is the way it's acting is just I don't like the movement on it. But I see the 2-up trigger. I just don't know why I'm hesitating right now. And now it's fucking running. I think it's because the 30-minute hasn't fully gotten down here to the 0 area. I think that's why I'm hesitant. All right, I'm gonna bite long. I'm gonna go long again. I'm gonna put stops at 58, that midnight open, or 57.50. Yeah, I'm biting those longs, so I'm in longs here. Just playing what I know best. MNQ look good, but I know ES a lot better, so I'm just playing that. All right, so we are above the midnight open on ES, which is a previous day low. So we're back into that chop area. So this is still choppy. There's no clear direction yet because it's still a 3-bar. What I'm looking for is for us, even on pullbacks like we're seeing right now, to at least hold and create support above 69.65. That'll tell me buyers want to create support above previous day low, and then we can potentially push up here to 69.80. But again, we need to see support build at this 69.65 area. Yeah, this market is it's not performing the best right now. We broke under this midnight open at 65. Now we're testing the midnight open at 58. My stops are just under that. Could potentially get hit. So I may even call it a day because I literally do not like how this market has been performing over the past couple of days. Like we'll get decent moves, but then it'll chop up and then just give it up, and then yeah, it's just very annoying, very frustrating. Very frustrating. Let's see what happens here. If I get stopped out, I may just call it a day, honestly, because I don't want to deal with this price action. I was doing so well. I would say what, last week and a week before that, and then what, just these past couple of days, the market just went into just limp mode, and it just has not been the best to really trade, honestly. Like if you look at the 4-hour, if you look, all of this was amazing, and then it just went into just shit. Like, and so I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to force myself and force trades that's not there. My stop hit. And then let me cut this position. Market is just not having it with me today at all. But before I hop off, I'll just show you guys what I'm talking about. This right here, beautiful. Even on the downside, beautiful, right? Because there's clear direction, right? If we look at the daily time frame, whenever we get daily 2 ups or 2 downs, that's perfect, right? But whenever we get 3 candles, things start to get choppy and things start to get like a little bit hectic. And we were having such good price action. Let me see. Yeah, we were having good price action. I would say up until like, yeah, up until the start of February, the price action just started going to shit. So there's not much I can really do but just control my risk. I don't want to force trades. Like, look at this. This is all choppy. If we look here, this was clean, right? This was a clean move. This was just it was an all right move, but this is just all choppy. This was just nasty chop. This right here was just nasty chop too. Couldn't even perform the whole move. And now if we look here, I'm anticipating some upside, which end of day they could probably push it up. But as of right now, this is just clear chop in between midnight opens. So, and we have a 3 candle on a daily. So this can go either or. And right now it's favoring a downside only because we are closer to that daily 2 down or 3 down trigger, which is at 57. So if they keep it under that 57 area, then the shorts are going to continue pulling this thing down and it's just going to be choppy. In order for this thing to have any type of upside pivot, which is why I don't like playing these type of candles, we would really need to see a break above 7,006, which tried to happen today, but then they sold it back down. So yeah, price action is not the best. At least I'm aware of it. So that's why I've been sizing down. But yeah, the last thing I want to do is just try and force trades. So I'm going to close up shop from there. If this thing pops up, it pops up. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It is what it is. But going into tonight, what I'm anticipating is I just need to see direction. And what I mean is based on a daily time frame, either we see a 2 down trigger and it holds, or we see a 2 up trigger and it holds. If we can get a 2 down trigger from here, let's just say they keep it sideways and we trigger a 2 down at 69.30, then we have a lot more downside to capture to the bottom of this megaphone. If they trigger a 2 up on a day, they would have to rally this thing and break it above 7,012. And then at that point, we can then target, 70, 28, 70, 46, potentially make a new all-time high. But trying to trade this, if you can scalp, perfect. But if not, this thing is just going to cause you to overtrade. And your stops are going to constantly get hit. Like if we go look right now, they're popping it up. And it's frustrating, but literally right back to my entry too. And I know that this can potentially push higher based off of the 30-minute and the 1 hour setup. Obviously, they need to cool it off a little bit more, but this is just too frustrating to even go back and forth and trade with, because they're just stopping people out left and right. So knowing when to walk away, I would say, is a skill. Even me, yes, I can have my good days, I can have bad days, but walking away is what saves you at the end of the day. So with that being said, I'm going to walk away from the charts. But yeah, if you guys have questions, you can always ask away in the chat. Yeah, today's a red day for me. Maybe if this thing decides to sell off more and cool off the 30-minute, maybe we can catch a bounce. But just looking at this setup, I don't want to play this right now. So wait, so yeah, so